Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Amy and I teach live online lessons, courses, one-to-one classes and group lessons. And we are going to do a lesson now which is all about sensory writing. Let's have a jump right in. So at the end of today's lesson, you will have a little poem that you will have written using sensory language. So let's have a look. Let's start. Share with you now. Okay, so let's say you're walking down a street and you see a door. And to you, this door is really interesting. You're curious about it. You're intrigued about it. And what I want you to do is I want you to choose a door and I want you to write down on your piece of paper any adjectives to describe this door. So maybe the materials it's made of, maybe the feeling gives you, what it looks like. And then I want you to think about what might be on the other side of this door. So pause the video now and have a go of jotting some things down. Okay, well done everyone. This was actually the starter activity that we did in the live lesson. I'm not going to really go into too much detail, but the children in my group today, they had to find a parrot in this picture, a wolf in this one, a butterfly in this one, and they had to work out who was the thief in that one. Okay, right, back to doors. Right, so why do we use doors in our writing? Why is it quite a good technique to use a door or a portal? What is it about doors? Can you think of any famous stories that use doors as destinations to other worlds? Well, there's quite a lot. You might have watched any movies, you might have read books with this in. So Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is the famous one that comes to mind, is that Lucy went through, it wasn't a door, but it was a portal to another world. She went through the back of the wardrobe and into this world, into this realm of Narnia. Okay, so we use doors in our writing and authors use doors all the time, playwrights use doors, because naturally you want to open those doors and you're curious, aren't you, just to see what's behind it. It's a natural feeling to want to know where it's going to be taking us. So they're a really good thing to use in writing. Okay, so here's a little poem that we looked at today. I opened the magical door and saw shadows dancing. I opened the magical door and saw a rainbow leading to another world. I opened the magical door and I heard people crying. I opened the magical door and I saw a fairground, a magical fairground flooded in lights. So you can notice here that we've got our senses. Okay, and that's what you're going to have a go at in a minute. So you're going to imagine you're going to open a magical door and you're going to think of something you can see, something you can hear, something you can smell, something that you might be able to touch or you might be able to feel, and then maybe something small or an item that you find on the floor. So something perhaps curious. Why do we use our senses? Why do authors use sensory writing in their books? Well, they use it because it makes the reader really experience their words. If they tell them what something smells like, it's like, oh yeah, I know what coffee smells like, yeah. And it kind of brings you in, it draws you in a little bit more. It's more descriptive. Okay, so I want you to have a go at thinking of some ideas, just like the children did in the lesson today, of what you could see. And there's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer at all. What you could do is you could have a go of throwing in some adjectives there to describe. That's always good. Or maybe going into a bit more detail if you can. But if you can't, if you can only just think of something that you can see or smell, then just jot that down. You can pause the video now and do that. Okay, so hopefully you've got a little poem there that you're pleased with. And that is going to be your first little draft. So keep that. You might want to use some of the ideas from that for the next part. Okay, so we're going to extend that a little bit more. We're going to up level your poem and your writing. Here is my example. The magical door. I opened the magical door and I saw a world turned upside down. The sea, now a floating ceiling. Right, so what we've got here then is we've got a place. So we've got a world turned upside down. Let me just see if I can grab my highlighter here. Yeah, I can. Okay, so we've got a place, a setting, a world turned upside down. And then we've got a noun here and then a little description. So I'm just going to change the color of my highlighter. So then we've got this, the sea, which is our noun. And then we've got a short description of the sea. What is it doing? Well, now it's a floating ceiling. Wow, okay. So let's have a little think then. We could choose another one. So we've got this world that's turned upside down. The sea is now a floating ceiling. What else could we have? What else could we have? So you could think of another thing, so another noun that we could find in here, and then we could have a go of describing it a little bit more. So I'll go down here to the one that we had in class, the example that we had in the class today. So this is one that we came up with as a group. I opened the magical door and I saw, and we came up with lots of different ideas, and this is the one I chose, a planet made of metal. Now, we've been looking at science fiction and sci-fi as a genre in our English stars lesson, so that's probably why the children came up with that one, a planet made of metal. Okay, then now we've got our noun, which I've kind of highlighted in the wrong color here. So we've got our noun, the children chose a robot. They came up with lots of different things, a robot, and then we've got a little description of the robot here, made from the finest copper. Okay, and then we've got a second noun, and the children came up with metal bananas, and we said that they were dangerous, edible fruits. Okay, so this is the main thing that we did in the lesson today, and it's what I want you to do. So you're going to write down, your title is going to be the magical door. I opened the magical door and I saw, you're going to have these 3 ellipses here, ... Then you're going to have the name of your place. So you could have a dangerous river or a tropical jungle, whatever is your setting. Then you're going to have your 2 colons. Then underneath, you're going to have a noun, a thing that you could see in that setting. Okay, so it could be, I don't know, a colourful parrot or whatever, and then a little description of it. Okay, maybe what it's doing, something like that. Then another one. Then you've got your first little verse of the poem. And we did that today in class, and it was great. Some really good contributions, some really good ideas. We had ocean scenes. I've got one here. So I opened the magical door and I saw a sparkling ocean, a large jellyfish as my noun, luminescent, dangerous but beautiful. That's the description of it. So have a go, make your little stanza, make your little poem, and have a go of popping them in the description below, and we can showcase your talents. If you are a member of my English Stars group, you can always send me, you have my number, and you know how to contact me, and you can send me your work and I can give you some pointers and help you. And this is for anyone who wasn't in the class today, because I know there are a few people who weren't there. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I hope it's been helpful to write a stanza of a sensory poem. See you next time, and hopefully see you in class soon. Bye.